2 pounds of ground chuck. Got 3 scallions, a little bit of parsley, half a yellow onion, half of the red onion. And I got 2 bell peppers. I don't use the white membrane part, I think it's a little bit bitter. Got 2 cups of noodles there. And we got our Lowry's, we got our garlic, basil, Italian seasoning, oregano, a little ground allspice. And yes, we're gonna add just a little bit of soy sauce, a splash of that, some pepper. 2 cans of the diced tomatoes, a little garlic and olive oil. And 1 can of sauce. So we're gonna put all this together. A little bit of Mexican cheese. I'm gonna use that whole bag of Italian to mix in with the noodles. And I'm gonna use the sharp cheddar on top. So we're gonna put all this together and see how it turns out. All right, just layer them spices on top pretty well and start to stir everything in. As you can see, it's starting to cook down nicely. And just keep stirring until it's golden brown. We'll move on to the next step. It's getting there. I want to cook the onions and peppers down just a little bit. Before we drain any of the grease off of it, got a pot of water going there. So we'll put 2 cups of our noodles in here in just a minute. So if you don't like bell peppers, don't put them in. You make it the way you like it. If you want to use one, use one. I like a lot of the onions, that's why I use a little bit more onions. You can cut back on that too. Just a little bit more, and then we're going to drain this grease off. Okay, so we're now draining the grease through our colander. And a lot of you saying, whoa, wait a minute, he can't be putting that grease down the sink. It's going to clog up his pipes. But what you need to do here, things go well, ta-da! You put some tin foil down in there, but you want to make sure that it comes out a little bit more than what I've got, because as you can see, it was pretty close, and it almost filled it up to the rim there. So, and you just let it sit there for a little bit until she cools. You'll be able to pull her right on out. No big deal. Put her in the trash. So let's put this dude right back over here again. And now we'll get to work on our noodles. Now we're gonna add the 2 cans, juicing all your diced tomatoes. Go ahead and add that tomato sauce in there. And we'll get ready to mix all that up on low. Get it simmering for about 20 minutes or so. Noodles are getting ready to do their thing. They're getting there. And by the time you get ready to work on your noodles, they're on the stove. You can pull that out and put that dude right inside one of the cans of diced tomatoes or the tomato sauce that you used, and then you'll be ready to throw her away. I recommend washing some of the starch off of it, because you're going to mix the cheese with this here in a big bowl. So that's just me. That has simmered pretty well. I like to put a little bit of Mexican style cheese right there in the bottom, just a little bit. Gonna add our noodles, our bag of Italian cheese. Gonna top it with our shot gold. Mix that up just a little bit. Now we're gonna add that whole bag, because it's not that big of a bag. I like a lot of cheese. You add how much you like. Let me do that. We'll see how it turns out here. Well, it looks pretty good. And of course, yes, I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese. You add how much you like. I like to kind of cover it up just a little bit. Now we're gonna mix that up. Now you pour that in there, mix her all up real good. Yeah, looking pretty good. Now we transfer all of that into our little baking dish. And then we're going to top that with our sharp cheddar cheese, and we're going to pop it in the oven at 350 until she's nice golden brown and bubbly and all that good cheese and everything mixes together. Another option, you could add a can of corn drained or a can of peas if you like, but I didn't do that this time. Let me put the topping on that while the oven is getting to temperature. Well, I could eat that right now. Okay, you should do what I didn't do, and that's probably spray the inside of that with some non-stick spray of your choice. She's been in there about 45 minutes. Got a lot of cheese in there, that's good. If you like it a little browner, leave it in a little longer, but I think right there is just about right. So we'll pull it out, let it rest for about 15 minutes or so, maybe 20. And then we'll plate it up and see how it is. Well, you know how to scoop it out. Let's see what it looks like in the bowl. And here we go. Oh, that is good. Oh, that is good.